Okay.
Last session, you guys took on some demons.
You
What
took
was
out
that,
your
Daniel?
mic.
You guys took on some demons. That was pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
You have a new skeleton companion
Mm-hmm.
from the Boneyard, which I'm
That's
adding
right.
to
You
the...
tested out Dance Macabre too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that.
Rio got his boys.
Did I?
Yeah, your
Yeah, you
Thodane
did.
casted
For a
Dance
time.
Macabre.
Oh shit.
And then it went away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's all
You sound
coming
really
back
quiet,
now.
Rio, by the way.
Yeah, you're ridiculously quiet.
I'm quiet.
I have you at
Yeah.
like max on Discord.
Yeah, you're 200%.
Oh my god. Okay.
You're starting to sound like Christian.
Let's do something about that.
But you guys are making your way to Graven Hollow,
Yeah.
the library in the Underdark, hoping to find all the answers to this demon incursion. We move on. Anything you guys would like to discuss before moving out for the day?
Am I super loud?
No.
No. You're
You haven't
still quiet.
changed.
Same volume.
Yep.
Yes.
How about now?
No.
Same volume.
How about now?
That's better.
A little better.
Okay. How about now?
Much better. Perfect.
Cool.
You sound
Thanks.
normal to me, but I still do have you at 150%.
Okay.
I got you at 200.
I got you at 200 as well.
All right. That's loud as hell.
So, moving on. Anything you guys would like to discuss before moving on?
Now let's go.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Okay. Following the compass and the ring, your path still seems to be pretty safe, despite it forcing you to encounter 3 rocks. Overall, you're not encountering anything hostile.
Mm-hmm.
5 days go by.
My
Is that anything going on?
I do think I'm questioning whether this thing is taking us through the safest path or the most direct path. And I think our answer is the safest path. But unfortunately, charting a path that could potentially be more dangerous is not nearly as fruitful as it would be, say, wandering a forest in the Underdark, because you take a tunnel that seems to be heading more directly in the direction you want.
You
And it
take a
just-
tunnel that you think is the right way, and it turns out you just walked into the mouth of a purple worm that was sleeping.
Or
No,
just
no.
like it just starts sloping downwards and you're going the right way, but you're not on the correct level anymore. So I think we're just forced to follow it. Unless we can like really do some expert charting. But
You noticed at some points you're backtracking through some tunnels you've been through that you know are relatively safe.
that's good.
But things like that can change very quickly in the Underdark.
Keyleth knows that don't mean shit.
Yeah. But overall, it seems fine. 5 days pass. You head out again. 4 days pass. Nothing. It's almost suspicious how nothing is being encountered.
Daniel, we didn't need you to expedite travel this much.
Well, I know. But I am. For other reasons.
Do I see as we're going any like tracks or anything?
Roll a survival check for me.
I want to assist with this.
Okay. 27. Very good. Yeah, you do see tracks, a variety of different creatures, but they're all old. I would
How
say
old?
Relatively probably a week old in some cases. you do see some tracks that you automatically just recognize, and they are myconids
Oh, okay.
that pass through here. They're
Also a
all
week old, or
probably about 5 days old.
okay.
They're all heading in one direction.
Even the Myconids like that boy band.
Are they all? Are all the tracks going one direction, or just all the myconids?
All the myconids at the very least.
Okay. Weird.
And more than you would expect. Doesn't seem like a hunting party or an exploration party. It's like a caravan of myconids.
A migration, if you would.
Migration, yeah.
And are they going? Are they following the path we're going? Or are they going deeper towards where we're going, or are they going out the opposite way?
Give me
We've been traveling.
1 second.
I have a guess of to where they're going.
Yeah, I would say they're heading south. Whereas you guys are heading west.
Okay. Do I
I'm-
know of any myconid things that are south with my knowledge of the Underdark and, I mean, with the people I just spent?
Neverlight Grove is kind of south of you, probably,
I was
but
gonna
not,
say, yeah.
but not quite in that direction.
Interesting. And the group of myconids I was with, we all left Neverlight Grove. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So do I get the impression that the myconids are going towards that other settlement of myconids, or is that
It's
also not south?
it's all south, but it's not. It doesn't seem like that's where they're heading. If anything,
Okay, cool. Interesting.
you don't know really where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
You
will.
also don't. It's also hard to tell if maybe they're just taking a different group of tunnels.
Right. Okay.
They might be going to Neverlight. They might be going to a different settlement. You're not really sure.
I will relay this information whenever we break for camp that night to everyone,
Okay. Yeah, you break for camp. You kind of gather everybody together.
and I'll say, I have been. It has been strange. We have not seen anything. I tried to pay extra close attention to the tracks today, and there is nothing that has been in these tunnels for, well, almost a week. 5 days for some.
We could just be
It is
getting
very
lucky.
strange.
But
Maybe, but the one thing I did see is that there was a large group of myconids. They were all heading southeast, a little towards Neverlight Grove, but maybe not. It was hard to tell.
I think we can safely assume those are more coming to see the demon that has taken over most of them.
Sooner we can get that demon out, the better.
Keluth is. I don't know if I can roll survival to determine if he knows about any sort of events that would cause like a previously like well trafficked area in the Underdark to suddenly not be trafficked.
Yeah, I'd say
Could-
roll a survival check.
As we're talking about this, could I help him with that?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, as you kind of discuss, sometimes these things just happen. Sometimes you just get lucky when you're traveling. Uh, there might be even a factor that your group is large enough that it scares away most would-be predators.
Mm-hmm.
Not that likely, but I mean, sometimes these things happen, but it definitely seems like whatever path you're on is safer than you would expect for this inhospitable environment.
Hmm.
Let's move quickly before our luck changes.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Should
Actually,
we
I would
maybe
even say
move
with
at a faster pace than normal tomorrow?
Rogi's help, you kind of realize like maybe something is drawing you. Maybe it's clearing a path for you. You're not really sure.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Keyleth says this out loud.
Hmm. Gundr doesn't say this out loud, but the only way that could be a good thing if it was Lost herself carving out a path, and even then, that's not entirely a good thing.
That'd be a wonderful thing. Are you kidding me? Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get that spider bitch out here.
I am curious
She's a
to.
wonderful woman and my mother.
It's a spider bitch.
I am curious if Lost got wrapped up on all of this because genuinely, she's on a different level than all of these other things, but she's from the same place, and I didn't see her when I was dead, so. But that doesn't
You
really
think
mean
she
much.
walks among us?
That would be a wonderful surprise, but I don't know.
He nods.
Wonderful
Perhaps we should
surprise.
not worry about the safety of Menzo Branzan after all.
We'll see. We'll see.
If she is descended to her city.
That would make trying to undo this possibly more complicated if our only option is to just completely reverse it somehow.
Keyleth shrugs. I am sure she is in control.
Okay. With that, you camp out for the night. You start back up next morning. You head out. 2 days pass. On the second day, you do encounter Rogi in your
But
vanguard
I've
group.
been with the party. Oh.
We encountered Rogi?
You encountered Rogi! Kill him!
Kill him now!
Oh,
If you
God.
encounter Rogi on the road, kill him. That's the old
And
saying.
then we're gonna dance macabre him.
Rogi, you encountered what seems to be like a small orc warband, blocking your path forward.
Oh. Do we sneak up on them, or do they know we're here?
They do not know you're there. You take it. I always assume you take it very slow. Your goal as a scouting party is to recognize the threats ahead, and not get caught by them.
Yes.
They seem to be camping, so it's easier for you to sneak up on them.
Mm-hmm.
With all of his experiences in the Underdark, if there's a orc raiding party down here, have any of them ever been friendly or at least more amicable and willing to talk, or have most all of the orcs Rogi has encountered been hostile?
Most of them have been hostile, mainly because you're typically alone or with myconids, which most orcs
Yeah.
would probably view as easy prey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair.
It's also hard to not keep your guard up at all times for anything down here, so
Mhm.
might as well just like throw an axe at whoever talks to you rather than listen to them.
At the very least, they're not carrying a bunch of supplies that could be used for trading, so you can only assume. Now, if this was like a Duragar party and they had like wagons of stuff, probably not as hostile.
Mm-hmm. Rogi will send one of the scouts back. He'll send Brim again and
Okay.
let them know. Let the
Yeah,
rest of the party know what they saw and tell her to bring the core group up.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. Before long, Brim gets up to you. Kind of explains the situation. We have orcs up ahead.
Breathing orcs?
Yes.
Wow,
Well, that's really easy to deal with. Are they dead yet?
No. They're still breathing, but they are blocking our path.
Well,
let's
we'll
kill
simply
him.
move past them. With a force of our size, I don't think that they would even consider thinking they could win. Granted, orcs have attacked things much stronger than us before, though.
You want to let them live?
I don't care about them. That is my bottom line. If we have to fight them, sure, we'll slaughter them, but in the end, what do they matter?
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we're just going to swing our huge group in their general direction, and then maybe once we approach them, we'll just say, "We're moving past you. Do nothing," and then and if they listen, good for them. Good job. You made the correct decision.
Okay. Might be useful to have your face Frankie come up and speak to him. But Brim kind of nods and runs up ahead to kind of inform Rogi of what the plan is.
Okay.
And before long, maybe 5-10 minutes, the rest of the group shows up.
I think
Cool.
between that time, I'm just thinking they probably speak Undercommon, right? Just kind of eyes squinting because if we can't communicate with them, they might just attack anyways. Which is a bit. We'll see.
All right, so what is the plan?
Uh, be an impressive force, and if they're hostile, we're hostile.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You move the entire group up, and the orcs, kind of hearing you coming beforehand, when you turn the corner, they see you, they have their weapons and arms. But as your group just gets bigger and bigger, they start to look real nervous. They don't say anything, but they're armed and ready.
Uh, yeah, I'll just leave it to whoever wants to try to communicate with them.
Oh gosh. Who can?
Potentially
Frankie will.
everybody. Depends on
Frankie
what
will
they
slowly
know.
walk forward.
Hmm.
One of them, clearly their own leader, the gouged out eye, kind of steps up ahead of the rest of the group. Not far, like a foot or two. But he asserts himself as clearly the leader. He's just glaring at you.
Frankie will look at him. How you doing?
Why have you come here?
We're just passing through, buddy. Why are you here?
Passing through.
Insight check.
I'll let Rogi do the insight check. Or
Okay.
actually, can I help him?
Yeah. 24. You get the idea that there's a moment where he's he's sizing up your entire group,
Mm-hmm.
thinks otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly just not passing through, but was probably waiting for victims.
Okay.
But he does not look happy about his odds here.
Frankie will notice this.
Yeah, Rogi will kind of like go and like whisper it in
Frankie will.
Frankie's ear.
Frankie will look over his shoulder at the group. At Rogi.
What kind of look do you give us?
Just a one eyebrow raised.
Okay.
Like kind of like a, what do you think about this?
Rogi will look at you and just kind of
How many of them are there?
shrug, cock his head. There's
Hold on.
There's like 7, I think.
How many
orcs.
are there?
No, there's 6 orcs, and then there's a big boy.
6 orcs and a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
in you speak Undercommon, right? What language is Frankie currently conversing with them in?
It's undercommon.
Yeah, that's what I started
Undercommon.
speaking.
Okay.
assuming they spoke it.
Yeah, they did.
This
Yeah,
shouldn't
Frankie,
be that
Do
weird.
you speak Dwarvish, Frankie?
I speak Elvish.
Okay.
Frankie will look back at Rilgi and give him. He'll raise his eyebrows and give him like a one nod or one shake of the head.
Or he kind of shrugs. Um,
So are you passing through or not?
Yeah, we're just passing through. I think it's a good idea for you to just let us pass through as well. What do you think?
Very well. The orcs kind of make a path.
As a display, I think I do tell the shield guardian to create a physical barrier between us and them while we're passing through.
Yeah, it's
No, Frankie's gonna stand there still looking at the main orc.
Okay.
Just kind of like looking at him.
I think you're gonna have of the machine then walk behind you and just kind of be like, "Hey, we have like you might have an ogre behind you, but we have a metal version of that." So you
Yeah,
know.
Frankie's not gonna break eye contact.
We will kill you where you stand.
Sure enough, they kind of get that feeling. And as
after
you,
the big golem passes by, Rogi will tell his skeleton to slowly pass behind and order it to wave at them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
one of the orcs especially is kind of unnerved by this. No one waves back.
They
Tell the
die.
skeleton to look sad.
They die.
They
I would-
die now. Sorry.
I want you to know that is a signal of, hey, if you did fight us, we would use your corpses. Like that's what you're saying
Yeah.
with that move.
Basically.
Mhm.
Fuck the moral.
Right.
Fuck morals.
Chaotic good.
Frankie is gonna grab
I think you still have morals.
from his pocket. He's gonna grab 2 gold pieces and start kind of just like twirling them around his hand. More of like a fidgety kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Keep his hands busy. Never breaking eye contact with the orc.
Alright. And I assume at this point the rest of the party is just walking past them.
Definitely sizing them up, though.
Yeah. I think a lot of your expedition party members take the lead on that and they kind of glare and size them up as they walk by. And yeah, eventually it's most of you have passed by already.
Guardian forward march, and it starts to leave as well.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing, Frankie? As like the group is, you're kind of getting to the tail end of the group here.
Frankie will look at him to say, so, you guys mercenaries, bandits, marauders, friends, vacationers?
I thought you were passing through.
I'm just trying to make a conversation while my team is going by.
You best catch up with them.
Alright, suit yourself.
The leader just kind of watches you with his one eye, turning his head as you walk past.
Frankie will start to walk away, then stop and look over his shoulder. Businessman?
Nothing.
Alright, say no more. They'll
Mhm.
continue walking.
That would have been an interesting get, but I don't think these are the right audience for it.
Yeah, some time kind of walks by. One of your scouts kind of in the rear, making sure they're not going to follow.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like once we're a good whiles away, so I'm gonna start mold earthing to just like ruin the terrain behind us a little bit.
Alright, I like it. I like the plan.
Frankie's on his lizard looking backwards, or sitting backwards.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's definitely like some of your expedition party has clearly
Mhm.
made it made their own job to kind of be rear guard and watch out specifically for any attack.
If any of these guys are from the north, they've been dealing with the many arrows for years, and like
Right, that's especially a big thing.
the weird sort of on and off, are they hostile or not sort of like
Yeah.
bullshit they go through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's clearly some that don't mind, others are very concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But,
You know what I should have done?
Killed them.
hmm,
I should have offered them money to see the sun again.
and then never take them to the sun.
Also, they might
No,
live
he says
down
that,
here.
and then he pulls out fucking Dawnbringer.
These guys also might be from the Underdark. I know they're not as common, but there are cave orcs that just live down here. I don't
Mhm.
know how many of them there are, but orcs, orogs, all of them, they're around.
Yeah, yeah. But, some hours go by, your scouts kind of come back and report they haven't pursued.
Okay.
They're keeping their encampment, probably waiting for the next band. Well, you got through that encounter without having to do much, just being imposing as fuck.
Yeah.
Good job.
That's all Keyleth ever does.
Keyleth
Yeah.
was very eager to just like, yeah, let's just fucking kill him. And it's like, yeah, we. And here's the thing: I think morally,
Keyleth will always murder hobo.
I think
Maybe.
morally there is a moral argument towards, hey, let's get rid of this highwaymen like sort of encampment. At the same time, like I just don't think it's ever worth it to just slaughter people wholesale if we don't need to.
Dan, is there still time for me to make detect thoughts?
I
Before I'm
mean, you
30 feet
can,
away?
as you're leaving.
I'll do it. I'll look over my shoulder and I'll do a little wave gesture, but little does he know that I'm actually casting detect thoughts on him.
Okay. Alright, so you're just reading their surface thoughts, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
The leader is trying to save as much face, but he clearly does not want this fight.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that they would lose, and it's not worth it right now.
It's a wise leader.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need that lack of confidence on my team.
You specifically want people to work for you that will run headfirst into a dragon's mouth.
Yeah.
Yes, because if they survive, I win.
Well, that's a
They
big
don't.
if, my friend.
I save money, so
God.
But the rest of your day goes by without a hitch.
I confess, going by those orcs, I did have the thought of having another skeleton army.
Oh god. For 1 hour.
Yeah, it was just a fleeting thought, though. Just a fleeting thought.
Just a fleeting thought.
You already have one skeleton, that's plenty.
It's not even
I
his.
want several that wave.
He wants a parade of skeletons.
We can make a musical number if we get enough
We
undead.
could do so many things.
Oh god.
I'm trying to remember what Drow's opinion on necromancy is, and it's like, and it's generally like, we've had a bad history with it, but it's fine.
We'd be liars if we said we didn't like this thing, but
People who attack Drow cities are more often than you'd expect, do have some like necromancy in their background. Specifically like these shadow dragon motherfuckers, but
Oh yeah, those guys. But I would say from then on, camp out for the night. Wake back up. You're 40 days out to Graven Hollow.
epic.
Gone basically 20 days already. But you head out again. Another 5 days goes by. Not a soul in sight. It's not until the next day after that that you encounter a strange group of people. Let me find them real quick.
Strange. Funny. Strange. Weird. Perhaps a bunch of goofballs.
I'm pulling. Hold on. I got rid of the thing on accident. There it is. You see an Orog on his own.
A what?
An Orog.
Oh, those things. I forget.
They're like orc crossbreeds, I believe. With some
Like
They're
with demons, aren't they?
Yeah, something like that.
Orc
I forget
demons.
No,
exactly.
Orogs
to a
are
degree.
just
They're really strong orcs.
they're like superior orcs. They're also more
Mhm.
intelligent.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They more often than not are in the Underdark, or at least the upper levels of the Underdark.
hmm
There you don't usually don't see a whole lot of them.
Yeah, only this one's not wearing armors necessarily. He does have a weapon at his side. But
Oh,
he's
they're the
not
Grey Orc.
Mhm.
yeah. But he typically these things would be dressed in, I don't know, plate mail or something. This guy's dressed in simple robes. But with a
Snap, he's a
great axe.
priest! Run away!
Hmm. So we are the first ones to encounter him.
hmm
And does he see us yet? No.
I'd leave that up to you.
I would have all of the guards so that he at least knew he was outnumbered. Come with me, and we would
hmm
ride up. I would say in Undercommon. Hello.
Uh, he looks over at you, kind of puts his hand on his weapon, but it doesn't draw it. He goes, greetings. How may I help you?
What are you? Sorry. We have been traveling a while, and we have not seen anyone. Why are we seeing you, and why are you alone?
Ah, yes. I'm traveling.
Hmm?
I'm part of a group called the Society of Brilliance. Perhaps you've heard of us?
Have I heard of the Society of Brilliance?
I don't think so.
Nope. Uh, no, but I do not hear of many things. I kind of
Uh,
look to the others and see if there's any recognition in their
no, I
eyes.
have no idea.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, we are a group of highly intelligent peoples working to solve some of the Underdark's problems.
Oh.
I'm currently studying the phase res in certain areas.
Oh, really? I would like to insight check him.
Okay. At 20. He seems honest.
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
we're trying to ascertain if this phase res has something to do with a demonic incursion happening in the Underdark.
you know about the demonic incursion.
I'm surprised you know about it, but yes.
Kind of gestures to them. We are.
We've
Well, there
witnessed
are
it.
a lot more of us. Oh. Oh, you guys came up. Oh, good. I found someone.
I just out of character to both of these characters. It has been going on for nearly a year. It just. Oh, I'm surprised you've heard of it. Everybody at this point. I don't know how anybody wouldn't hear
Yeah,
of it.
what do you know of it?
Unfortunately, we're still looking into a lot of it. We just know the phase res is corrupted somehow due to these
Hmm.
demons. We're trying to see if we can track some of this back. Me and my group just recently came from a library down here, and
You have.
yes,
Ooh, where?
Let's be more
I'm
specific.
afraid I would not help. That would not help you.
How wouldn't it? We are seeking out Graven Hollow, the most
Ah,
expansive library in the world. Is this the same library that you're
it
speaking of?
is indeed.
How would that not
Like,
help us then?
oh, no, I don't mean it would not help you. In fact, I recommend you go there if you were doing anything about this demon incursion. But the main issue is the library is sentient in a way. You do not
Oh?
find the library. The library reveals itself to you.
Oh.
Respectfully, I
Do
disagree.
you need to, like, figure out what kind of food it likes and bring food to it?
No, no.
Oh.
Sentient does not need to eat, though. Not that I'm aware of.
Hmm.
Me and my rest of my group have recently come from there a couple months back after finding out some dire information. We're trying to
Kind
trace
of.
this. We're just trying to trace this phaser back to its source. Wherever we're thinking it might give us answers on how, where, and how this all started.
What?
Fortunately, we had an issue where we couldn't get as much information as we wanted. Something about not having some magic items the librarians hold.
Can
Hmm.
you describe it for us?
I don't know much about it, unfortunately. I wasn't the one studying it.
Can you show us to one of your members that might be able to give us more information?
We've all split up. I do not know where they are currently.
You all
I
split
was.
up? All the way
Yes,
down here?
we are fine on our own.
Hmm.
I can only tell you it is a crystal of some sort. That's all I know.
Hmm.
The attendants hold these crystals, you say, though.
Yes, the librarians keep them.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, have you found any particularly weird things about the phasers and the demons, or can you give us anything that you have learned to potentially help us in our mission?
Perhaps. I will just say the phase res seems to be corrupted with madness.
Oh,
Unwise to stay there in and around it for long.
this is very good to know.
Something that might be good for you to know going forward is that
We've
there's
already
a.
witnessed this, haven't we?
Have we?
Was
Kind
that
of.
the reason that we
We
started going mad the first time?
So I think the main way that we've come to understand that the phase res has changed fundamentally was the lying mushrooms and the people disappearing, and coming to the conclusion that that had something to do with phase res, and also noting that it is an unusual behavior of phase res, uh, as far as one could even call any behavior of phase res to be normal. But we've been kind of just drip fed the idea that this guy is speaking of, and while I don't think we've ever said directly what he's saying, we've kind of understood it.
Wow, this makes so much sense. The lying mushrooms make a lot of sense now.
Lying mushrooms, please tell.
They were
Yeah, I thought
mushrooms that would
we
lie.
explained this to you already.
Well, I know a colleague of mine who'd be very much interested in lying mushrooms.
They were
Yeah.
very interesting. They were kind
What
of
about
dicks, but they were very
Demogorgon?
interesting.
Very well. Unless,
Demogorgon
Damn it. Yes.
flayed an entire city.
Yes, I did hear about Menzo Berenson. I am sorry.
What?
We're talking about the Katoa.
What are you talking
We
about?
witnessed
Explain
it.
now.
I'm sorry, I figured you would know, being Drow.
Are you saying Menzoberranzan is gone somehow?
No, but uh, maybe a year ago now, Demogorgon erupted from their great cavern in the city, laid waste to most of the city. I hear it's recovering, but not well.
Alright.
Oh, Daniel, real quick, how far is Menzo Baranzan from Sloop Loop Dop?
Sloop-a-dop.
Stroopdap. Let me look real quick.
Bravo on that pronunciation.
Hard to say. Say maybe 140 miles, 150 miles away.
And if he's going downriver,
Yeah.
how we only spent a couple of days on the river before going to Sloop Loop Dop, right?
Uh-huh.
Like not even like 2 days.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
So, and then we were about 7 days in the prison.
Mm-hmm. Us escaping and these events happening probably didn't coincide at the same time, but they were incredibly
No.
close.
So we must have gotten captured right before Demogorgon got summoned into Menzo Baranzan.
We got captured. There was probably a few dozen days of traveling, and the Demogorgon showed up. We escape, and then the rest of the stuff happened. All right.
Keith just kind of like rubs his head into like a headache motion.
But what is this other? You said Sloop Loop was the.
The city of Katoans completely ransacked by Demogorgon as well. We were there to witness it. We did not witness Menzo Baranzan.
I have a Koatoa colleague of mine who comes from there. If he doesn't already know, I feel like I must tell him the
His
bad
name's
news.
not Shimshar, is it? Wait, no, that's the gnome.
You mean Shushar?
Oh,
Shushar.
sure. The Awakened.
No,
Shushar.
his name is Sloopy Doop.
Well, he's probably dead now if he went back there.
Well, I saw him just a few months ago. I
His
don't
name
know if
is
he's
Sloopy
gone
Doo
back
from
there.
Sloop It Out.
Yep.
Insight check.
That's just their
We're all in.
language.
I love it. Good one, Dane.
Sloopy Doop from Sloop Loop.
He knows bullshit when he hears it.
Instantaneously.
He's telling the truth.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Frankie just rolls his eyes.
That'd have been really cool if he was lying about
I would
that.
have loved it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, why?
This book has been written by a master.
Wow, that would be something else, man. He's actually just not that. He's a completely different entity. Just a little
Alright.
gem for people to find.
All right.
We've also witnessed another demon lord.
Yes.
I
Oh,
forget its
no.
name, but it's sank into the
very-
earth and has presumably returned to the abyss. In
Yes.
addition, we've watched the infection of the Myconids with
Yes.
what's its name, Zug.
Suckboy.
Yep.
Yes.
How many demon
We
lords have you
believe that
encountered?
Neverlight Grove is currently infected by her presence. I would not recommend going there. But if you do want to talk to
Okay.
Myconids that are not infected, there are some other ones that are a little bit more southeast.
Were you asking about the ones we've personally encountered or the evidence of ones we've witnessed?
Either or.
We've
encountered
released.
Demogorgon,
We've.
and we well, Gundra
We've had hints of
released.
several throughout our travels, but no direct contact with any.
What's the name
Save
of the demon you released and it ran back to the abyss?
Released.
It was trapped in some sort of gem.
I banished.
We didn't know the demon lord was inside
Did
it.
he say his name whenever he left?
I believe he did.
Yeah, he did like this whole little like
Fraz
monologue.
Blue. I believe he's a prince of lying or something, but he was very clearly being torn from this plane and sent back to his own.
Interesting. Similar
In
information
addition, we
we've
found
gathered.
remnants of Orcus, Zugmatoi.
Alright,
You've
well,
Are
heard
we're
there
just
any
looking at
others?
names now.
You've heard mention of Jubilex from
Yes.
Yeah,
Duplex.
that was a very indirect one, but
Yeah.
yeah.
This is very concerning.
Deeply.
I have
In
reason to believe.
addition, my brother here, Gundra, had a dance with death, and in his state of death, witnessed that Loth was not in her palace.
I simply didn't see her. I don't know if that means she's not there.
I don't know how that's related, but it is concerning. I have reason to believe there's one more demon lord out and about.
Oh,
Though
Good. Just add to the pile.
I've only seen an image of him. It's a Gratz,
oh.
demon lord of pleasure and things of that sort. Unholy pleasures.
I have seen a lot of grass once, and it was very unsettling.
No, Gratz. With
I want to
Z's.
smack you.
What?
Smack you from the other end of the computer. Yes, it wasn't truly him, but his image appeared in the library.
Hmm.
What do you mean appeared in the library?
Oh, it's one of the strange features of the library. It sort of exists outside it's outside of time in a strange way.
Hmm.
You will see spirits in there that come from the past and the future, all who have visited the library.
So if he's not
Oh.
around now, he either will or was.
Exactly.
Interesting.
To be fair, this isn't the first time demons have escaped the abyss, but not so many at once.
We
Do you have any idea why so many have come here?
He shakes his head. No, but we are determined to learn.
Hmm.
You
Our
said
highest.
the library needs to want us to come to it. Do you have any idea of how we could coax it?
No, unfortunately not.
With
The
the
Society
news,
of Brilliance, as small as we are, have always had, I guess, good relationships with the library.
perhaps.
Typically, when we want to go there, we happen to be there eventually. It seems to know when you want to go there.
Through means we won't discuss directly and probably aren't of interest to you, we have a way to find its location and we've been traveling the path towards it. Do you believe it will stop us if it does not want us?
I think if you have a method to find it, the fact that you've acquired that method might be a good enough reason for it to let you in. I think if it didn't want you to have a way to find it, you would not have gotten it.
Hmm.
Alright.
Well, and once we do get into the library, you said you and your compatriots were kicked out?
No, we left.
Oh, you left. Okay.
For what purpose?
Because we had gotten our information about the phase res, and we know now we need to pursue it.
Oh,
Would you like to travel with us for a time?
Looks at the rest of your kind of group.
We're heading in, looks at Rogi for guidance on which way we're heading.
West.
We're heading that direction.
Hmm. Strange. When I
It
entered the
also
library, I was at north, but it does change.
also suggested, seeing as there's a orc raiding band waiting for you up ahead.
Oh,
Indeed.
oh no.
A
They're
few days away, but they were there.
Hmm.
They
And which way is north?
posted.
Very well. I will travel with you.
Dan, which way is north?
Up.
Up.
No, you can tell me which direction we're going, right?
Yeah,
Because
you're
my
heading
keen
west.
mind.
Yeah, you're heading west.
So we actually are? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Blurg kind of sits there. Very well. I am formerly Blurg of the Society of Brilliance. If you would have me part of your group, I would accept. My only stipulation is if we encounter phase res, just allow me some time to study it.
of
Like
course,
perform
and
a test or two.
as you've said that you can take care of yourself, know that this is just something we are offering because you seem very knowledgeable. If at any point you do not wish to travel with us, you are free to leave.
I just got one question first. Okay, it's a two-part question. Who thought of the name Society of Brilliance, and how far up his ass was the silver spoon?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, as long as it wasn't you.
No, not that I'm aware of. I think it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
If I feel this, I no longer need to travel with you, and I need to regroup with one of my friends. I can just teleport to him.
Hmm. Okay.
Well, so can I.
Let's keep the Orog around. He pisses off Frankie. I approve of him.
Yeah, so more or less just let him hang around. Mostly just because he gave us information that is invaluable, so, he can just bum off us if he wants.
He can pay for his information. With
I will
food.
be asking him a series of questions. One, are the books inside the library of many languages, or is there a single language that
He's
we...
immediately confused, and then reminds himself, "Oh right, you've never been." He says, "No books. No, no, there are no books.
Oh,
What?
fantastic. That's a relief to hear.
There are stone tablets.
Oh,
Never mind.
what is the language on the stone tablet?
Uh, I assume in giant. But that being said, there's never really a concern about understanding different languages inside the library.
So I do not have to learn the spell comprehend languages yet.
No, there seems to be an effect similar to that across the entirety of the library itself.
Gundra will hold on to his gold and aura supplies as they are either or at the moment.
Do they have any picture picture tablets?
I do not know.
We will find out. I will find out.
I would assume there's probably at least one. Pictograms are the oldest form of communication.
Perhaps. I've never really looked into it.
I don't know how useful that information would be, but it's probably there.
We will find out.
Are there any rules for being inside the library outside of probably no violence?
No violence is a very big one. If you start a fight, or even if you talk too angry, you might attract the basilisk.
They have a
They what?
basilisk?
What about
Yes.
spells?
Hmm?
What about magic?
What about magic?
Can it be used?
Oh yes.
Let's
Although I don't
let's
know
go
how
back
much
to the
magic
fact
we'd
that
really
there's a
need.
basilisk roaming the halls.
Oh yes.
A trained one, I assume.
Yes. He speaks. He's never spoken to me. But
The basilisk
I
speaks.
I am told it does speak, yes.
Of course.
Don't say of course like they do that normally. They don't.
You
I
don't know that? Jeez, you're not as smart as I thought you were.
They don't speak.
yes, and well intelligent as he is also uh his philosophy is petrify first, ask questions later.
Smart man. Or creature.
Reptile.
If we do manage to piss off the basilisk and it does petrify us, will it unpetrify us to ask us questions?
I've never had this happen, so I don't know.
Okay.
When you petrify someone, usually the point is to keep them that way.
I do not know. Maybe if we get petrified, we help them make
Jeez.
stone tablets or something.
The idea. You've introduced the idea of being petrified and then being used to carve a stone tablet out of your body.
That's a pretty horrifying one. I love it.
Before you said that, Gunder's opinion on petrification is that it is a reversible form of death.
Yes.
And now you've reminded him that statues can be broken very easily. Just
We'll say as you're questioning him and talking, we'll say 4 days go by.
okay.
We'll just put all this in like a group of 4 days as you're traveling. But Blurg also might mention like, oh yes, the library itself, very fascinating. You only need to travel. I must say, it is almost infinitely big, up, down, and side to side. Its halls are immense,
Do you think all
and
of it
the organization system doesn't. I don't understand it, but if you are looking for something, it is merely a force of will to find it.
Hmm.
I would say if you have less willful members of your group, probably keep a close eye on them. They might get lost.
So, our entire band. It might not be good to bring a traveling party of our size all in at once.
Maybe? Maybe not?
I don't know how I could get around denying these people the opportunity to potentially infinite knowledge.
Well, if the library will permit them in, then I don't see a problem with it.
It's simple. Just don't tell them it has infinite knowledge. Just say it's a normal library.
The library is. If the library is selective, maybe we don't even have to worry about it. Maybe. Or maybe only a few of us will be allowed in at all.
Yeah, any other questions you have for Blurg?
Man, dropping the Menzoberranzan was ransacked by a demon brings up thoughts, but I don't know if any of them are questions. You know?
Yeah, that's a lot to process.
Yeah.
Hey, your home might be gone.
No, he said it's recovering.
I meant my literal house.
Oh.
Your actual
He
house
doesn't
might
have
be
one of
gone.
those.
Yeah.
That
He
house you
only
grew
had a
up in,
house he was
probably gone.
temporarily a part of.
Like House
He ain't
Mizram.
no noble.
House Mizram
He
is
was in an
one of
apartment.
House Mizram is one of the noble houses, but you can only describe it as one of the noble houses, and there's not a whole lot extra. They're not going to be sending like the full army of the Ban Rays to make sure that that's preserved. They're not gonna. Nobody's gonna. God.
I mean, the Bayan race have been known to do that before.
Oh my
Like,
God.
when
Sure.
the entire city's under attack, all the houses pragmatically are just like, alright, let's cut the bullshit.
Sure, but like to save our house, My house specifically? Maybe
You
not. The
never
whole
know how
city.
the webs turn.
Sure. Basically luck at this point.
All life is chaos.
Very tempted to learn sending.
Auntie, are you okay?
Do we have that in our big book? We don't. Damn.
Sending gets messed up in the Underdark, I think, anyways, right? Don't message and teleportation get messed up, like spells?
Alright, I'm back.
You're back.
Yep. But,
Daniel, I have it in my head that message spells get messed up in the Underdark the same way transportation spells do, like teleport and things. Is that still a thing for 5e?
I don't think so.
I think it's just if phase res is there, it can have a problem now.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think the real truth is that phase res is always vaguely there, but whether or not it's like actually a
There's
problem
levels.
yeah.
So, did you guys come up with any questions?
Not really. Just
Okay.
me musing about how how my house might be destroyed.
Yeah, that's always fun. I wonder
Moving
how
on.
Gracklestew is doing.
Rakostug was fine. We were there. It didn't
We
have
were there a
Demogorgon in
while
the
ago.
middle. It didn't have Demogorgon in the middle of it. Day one. They're fine.
They're fine.
They're dwarves. If anything, the one thing they're good at is hiding in a corner and surviving for longer than they should.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult to you
I'm in
dwarves.
character.
Are you talking about dwarves or cockroaches?
Same thing.
Wolf.
Damn.
Tell me the difference.
They built a hole into the side of a cavern, put up
Cockroaches don't speak.
a wall that
That you know
completely
of.
seals them
Oh.
in, and then somehow just live for 9,000 years in that sealed up hole. Like, they're fine, as far as I'm concerned.
But yeah, your 4 days kind of go by. Set up in camp. There's a point where there's several times during your walking, there's been patches of phase res where Blurg has asked you to stop so he can study it, write in his notebook, conduct some experiments on it.
What do his experiments look like?
You're not really aware of it, at the very least. It's something about his magic he's using to test it. Is it something you're familiar with? You at the very least you could tell it's not druidic magic.
Fair.
It's not druidic magic. It's not wizardry. It's not bardic magic. What is it?
What is
Oh
it?
god.
Tell me your secrets, Blurg! But we'll say another 3 days kind of goes by. And about this time, you have another outbreak in your group. Another sickness is starting to spread.
Physical illness.
Yeah, it seems to be illness. Wait, I'm reading the symptoms. The symptoms are including fatigue and cramps, and then exhaustion.
Mhm.
And then at a certain point, they just get worse and worse.
Who was infected?
Hilvarius, the spy in the back.
The first night we notice it, I will cast Lesser Restoration on them. see if it can remove a disease.
Okay, let me look it up real quick just to make sure.
They get eye rot.
No, at some point you recognize it as sewer plague.
Sewer plague, goddamn.
Gross.
We haven't even been in by areas that have been significantly wet, only somewhat wet. How did you get this?
My man
But,
stepped in one puddle and that was it.
One man got bitten by a rat, and that was it.
A rat that lives exclusively in, like, standing water.
Right.
It's specifically a surface rat too, like it came all the way down
Right.
here.
Like, it was in a sewer of a city, and it fell.
Yeah.
Just fell into the Underdark. Poor rat.
But, yeah, it's, Hilvius Haver, Lytris Ilgarn, the thug. I think it's just those two.
Good. We don't need more than 2 people sick.
Yes.
Is
Does,
it... can I roll a medicine check, or do I need to roll a medicine check for anything, or an intelligence check of some sort, as an alternative, to see if it's catching?
Oh, to see if it's catching? I would say roll a medicine check, yeah.
Pick 22.
Oh, that's a good one. With it, you can kind of tell that, it seems to be spread by bites, or if you're around filth contaminated by the disease.
Okay. Alright, everybody, stay clean. This won't pass on, well, not easily pass on to one another, so we're just going to be treating. Does lesser restoration help?
Yes, you do find that less restoration does help.
Alright.
Good. Then I will
tell...
cast it on both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I start just interrogating them like, hey, were you bitten by something, or did you just stand in filth at some point? By mistake, I would assume.
One of them says, I was bitten by a rat the other day.
Of course.
Congrats.
If
And the other one was like, yes, I was also bitten by a rat.
Fool of a took.
Insight check.
That was very excited to say I was bitten by a rat.
Come on, character sheet.
Character sheet, go. There we go.
The other man is lying. The thug is definitely lying.
You look him right in the face. You're lying.
No, it was a rat. I think it scratched me.
It doesn't.
Keyleth
you just
immediately
said it
busts
bit
out
you?
snickering, and then he goes over to Rogi.
Well, that would be
The
a very.
rat bit him very hard, I'm sure.
If the rat scratched you, this is very concerning because that means it is an advanced version of the disease.
What?
That can
Gundra,
only
Gundra,
pass.
Gundra.
He knows he's lying. He's accepted this. Scratching does not pass it. He's going to scare the hell out of this man. If he does not tell the
Someone say
truth.
scare.
It is an advanced version of the disease that can somehow pass through only contact. You may have infected your fellow brethren if this is the truth. Is this the truth?
Keyleth is like
Uh,
trying. He has to put a like hand over his mouth now to hide a
Yeah.
smile, and he just
Very-
walks away.
Rogi looks.
Look, no, it's not the truth, okay? I just stepped in some shit the other day. I didn't clean it off.
Why not?
I didn't think anything of it.
It's shit.
Look, we've been in rough conditions. I just figured it just didn't matter at this point. Most of us haven't bathed in weeks.
He's gonna step away. It's fine. You're no longer. He just says you're no longer sick. That's fine. Keep yourself as clean as possible. And he's gonna walk away and just say to the entire group, remember, while we are down here, we are very limited in resources, but it does no excuse not to try to keep yourself as clean as possible. Next time we find some running water, I suggest all of you, after we've confirmed that it's safe to wade in, clean yourselves thoroughly in it, so that disease does not stick onto your body.
Since I'm right next to the man that stepped in shit, Rogi will, after casting Lesser Restoration on him, druid craft a bunch of roses and flowers on them to try to improve the smell.
He just
Keyleth
sits there and bows his head
walks over
down. All of his friends are just kind of sitting there, like snickering at him, giving him shit.
Keyleth walks over to Gundra. So you don't actually believe that he like stepped in shit, right?
Honestly, if he did,
You
something
were just
else-
scaring them like they totally fucked, right?
That's why would
That's
he
what
be
I
hiding
think.
that? Why would he be hiding that?
They're humans. They're weird.
Well, it's because one of them is a thug and the other one is a noble of sorts.
What?
Are the spies noble?
A
I don't
spy.
got. I don't got time for this. Lucky just walks away.
That's fine.
They
They're
totally
probably
just
ashamed
fucked,
that they
right?
are associating with you.
Oh god. And
Stepping
with
in
that,
Keyleth is a precious baby boy, and I will protect him.
I will say, if that turns out to be the truth, the version of the events that I'm thinking of is specifically the scene from It's Always Sunny where Charlie comes up and is like, "Oh man, there's a piece of dog shit right there," and he immediately steps in it after pointing it out. It's just like, why did you do that? His answer
Oh,
turns out
God.
being like he has skunk smell all over him, so he's trying to improve it. That's more embarrassing and stupid, like than anything else.
All right. With that, I think we'll end tonight's session. You are 30 days outside of Graven Hollow.
We're all alive.
Prove
We
it.
all didn't eat the